Chapter 746. Joyful News, A Way to Escape the Zombie Body. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. A few days later, Taibai Yun Shan returned to Hu Immortal Blessed Land. Fang Yuan met with him and saw the joy in his eyes, saying, "Old Bai, it seems that you have obtained something great in this journey to Eastern Sea." Taibai Yun Shan laughed heartily. "Junior brother is sharp as ever. That is right. Guess what gains I made this time?" Fang Yuan said in curiosity. Fairy Yulu was a female attendant of Paradise Earth, Immortal Venerable. She cultivated Earth Path and Water Path. She was skilled in defense and healing. "I know about the group that you went with to attack the Blessed Land. Did you unexpectedly succeed in one try and manage to take down Yulu Blessed Land?" In truth, Fang Yuan did not think well of the prospects of Taibai Yun Shan's trip. Taibai Yun Shan's expression turned stiff. He sighed. "So junior brother did not expect us to succeed. You were right after all. In this attempt, we attacked the Blessed Land for 7 days and 7 nights. But we were defeated by the land spirit and suffered huge losses. A Gu immortal nearly died, but I used man as before immortal Gu to save this person." "Oh?" Fang Yuan raised his eyebrows. He knew about the value of man as before immortal Gu. Once Taibai Yun Shan exposed this Gu, his value would greatly rise among this group of people. As expected, Taibai Yun Shan continued. "After my man as before immortal Gu was exposed, I gained a lot of attention and respect. Next, Shark Demon invited me enthusiastically to go to Eastern Sea Zombie Alliance as a guest. Why would I dare to go to other people's base all alone? Thus I rejected him. In the end, Shark Demon and 2 other immortal zombies hosted me in Haisha Blessed Land, and during the banquet, I heard an important piece of news." Saying so, Taibai Yun Shan paused, halting his words as he looked at Fang Yuan with shining eyes. Fang Yuan laughed mentally. He followed his intention and asked, Hey, what important news is it? For you to leave me hanging like this?" Taibai Yun Shan's expression was solemn. He said, "It is a method that can revive you, junior brother. It is a method to break free of your immortal zombie body." "Oh?" Fang Yuan's eyebrows rose. He had made no progress after joining Northern Plains Zombie Alliance. To think that Taibai Yun Shan would make more progress before Fang Yuan even gained anything. "What method is it?" Fang Yuan asked. Taibai Yun Shan said, "Shark Demon has a wife called Subai Man. She is also an immortal zombie. A long time ago, she obtained a time path immortal Gu from an opportunity after defeating strong foes. Its name is Time Anchor. This Gu can leave a mark in the river of time, even though that is useless on its own. When paired with other time path immortal Gu, the effect is incredible." Fang Yuan heard this and understood what Taibai Yun Shan was going to say. His eyes shined, but they quickly dimmed. "Old Bai, I understand what you mean. I've heard of Time Anchor Immortal Gu long ago. If paired with your landscape as before, it can indeed make a mountain or river be restored to a certain period in time. If used with man as before, it can theoretically send a target back to their body condition at a certain time period as well. But the requirement for this is Time Anchor Immortal Gu has to leave a marking in advance." "That is correct. My man as before Immortal Gu can only go back by an instant in time. But with Time Anchor Immortal Gu, we can exceed that limit of a single instant. Junior brother, with this method, you might be able to get rid of your immortal zombie status." Taibai Yun Shan was excited. Taibai Yun Shan's words were not wrong. Gu are the essence of heaven and earth. They each have one effect, all being different. Immortal Gu are unique, although they are powerful. They have weaknesses and limitations. Man is the spirit of all beings. They were most skilled in wisdom and creation. Using a combination of different Gu worms, they could raise the overall effect and make up for the respective Gu's weaknesses. With Time Anchor Immortal Gu's assistance, man as before Immortal Gu can break free of the single instant limitation. But, Fang Yin shook his head, continuing, "The coordinated usage of 2 immortal Gu is not as simple as just using them. Many mortal Gu are needed at the same time. In fact, other immortal Gu might also be needed in order to form an immortal killer move. Time Anchor and Man as Before can indeed coordinate theoretically, but you do not have a corresponding immortal killer move. I think Shark Demon is providing you such hospitality because he wants you to help them to contribute Man as Before so that they can research the immortal killer move, right? Taibai Yun Shan nodded continuously, praising, Junior brother is smart. You guessed accurately, that was indeed the case. It is a pity, it is a pity. Fang Yuan shook his head again. A pity what? I think this method has high hopes. Taibai Yun Shan looked at Fang Yuan uncertainly. And, old Bai, you should know, the fact that I have become an immortal zombie has long since been set in stone. Maybe Shark Demon and others had used Time Anchor immortal goo before becoming immortal zombies and left a marking in the river of time, but I did not. Thus, even if you research this killer move successfully, it is useless for me. Fang Yuan sighed. Taibai Yun Shan laughed. Junior brother, your concern is right, but I have good news for you. That is, Subai Man and Shark Demon had not used Time Anchor immortal goo to leave a marking. Oh? Back then, Subai Man forced back her enemies and obtained Time Anchor immortal goo, but she did not know its usage. Subai Man was heavily injured at that time. She had no choice but to become an immortal zombie. After Shark Demon learned about this, in order to accompany his wife, he became an immortal zombie, even though he had ample lifespan. Years after the two became immortal zombies, they finally learned about the origin and usage of Time Anchor immortal goo. So that's it. Fang Yuan's expression changed. Getting a mysterious immortal goo and spending a few years, or even over 10 years to learn about the origin and use of it, this was quite common. Previously in Imperial Court Blessed Land, Fang Yuan obtained many immortal goo as well, but he did not dare to test them recklessly. Thankfully, there was Lang Ya Land Spirit to clear up the information regarding those goo. Taibai Yun Shan continued. When they found out about the use of Time Anchor goo, they were in deep regret, but it was too late. I had the same concerns as you, junior brother, and asked them during the banquet. Shark Demon and the other immortal zombies mentioned another method. That was Spring Autumn Cicada. Oh! Fang Yuan had a curious but suspicious expression. Spring Autumn Cicada is that mystical goo? Legends say that it can travel up the river of time and return to the past, but that has never been confirmed. Taibai Yun Shan did not suspect anything. Spring Autumn Cicada is not reliable. Mentioning Spring Autumn Cicada was only as an example. Shark Demon was trying to say that even though they missed the timing to use Time Anchor immortal goo, if they could use immortal goo like Spring Autumn Cicada, they could bring the goo immortal in front of the river of time. By then, using Time Anchor immortal goo to leave a marking upstream, one could use Man as Before immortal goo successfully. I think that this method has a high chance of success. Fang Yuan shut his eyes slightly. He fell into deep thought and did not speak. What Taibai Yun Shan did not know was, Fang Yuan in front of him was the owner of Spring Autumn Cicada. Be it Shark Demon or Taibai Yun Shan, they were not familiar with Spring Autumn Cicada, they only knew about it from rumors. Fang Yuan thought, if I could directly use Spring Autumn Cicada, I would have used it. Why would I need to use an additional step with Time Anchor immortal goo? But this method, in theory, is possible. Fang Yuan had an agreement with Wisdom Goo. In a way, he controlled Wisdom Goo. He could rise up quickly despite being an immortal zombie, charge forward in over half a year, rapidly changing his situation and finances. Half of the reason was due to Wisdom Goo. If Fang Yuan wanted to use Spring Autumn Cicada to be reborn and get rid of the immortal zombie trouble, he would have used it long ago. That is, leaving aside for now the failure chance of Spring Autumn Cicada. But during the Northern Plains journey, Fang Yuan was too weak. Even if he was reborn and did it again, there were too many variables. Fang Yuan did not even have a 5% confidence of getting greater benefits from it. The agreement with Wisdom Goo was truly due to the perfect time and place. That moment was simply too unique. The rank 9 Wisdom Goo was Fang Yuan's greatest profit. If he did not obtain Wisdom Goo, there would be no better benefits in comparison. Other than Spring Autumn Cicada, there are other time path immortal goo, like Looking Back immortal goo and Vivid Recollection immortal goo. They can allow a Gu immortal to stand in the present and observe the past, except that the two have differences. Using looking back in the area of the old earth would allow one to see the former glorious scenery. Using vivid recollection, immortal Gu would allow one to inspect their own past. By refining the two immortal Gu together, one could obtain the rank 8 immortal Gu extreme past. The Gu immortal's will can be drawn out and observe all that has happened in the past through the river of time. Fang Yuan deduced in his mind, if I had the time path investigative immortal Gu extreme past, using it with the time anchor immortal Gu, I might be able to form a time path immortal killer move, standing in the present and marking the past. Next, I can use man as before immortal Gu to return to my human body and restore my living state, without losing wisdom, Gu. Of course, extreme past immortal Gu is just an example. There might be other time path immortal Gu that are more compatible with time anchor. Fang Yuan thought over it before opening his eyes. Old Bai, thank you. He thanked Taibai Yun Shan sincerely. Although this method is innovative, it would expend a lot of time, effort, and resources. It is at least a 100-year project, but it is a form of hope at least. We are like family. There is not need to say thanks. Taibai Yun Shan responded immediately. However, old Taibai understood what Fang Yuan was saying. He sighed as he continued. Exactly, it is at least some hope. Even though it will take a long time during this period, junior brother, you can use the Black Oil and Zombie Alliance to slow the destruction of your blessed land. Even though black oil is hard to get, with my cooperative relationship with Shark Demon, I will be able to get enough. Fang Wen laughed. During the period when you were gone, I had already used a fake identity called Sha Huang and made my way into Northern Plains Zombie Alliance. So junior brother had such a plan. Fang Yuan continued, I want to attend the auction in Northern Plains. Come along with me. This is the mortal killer move unfamiliar face. It came from Thieving Heaven Demon Venerable. I have a few Cloud Path killer moves. You can take a look. Aren't you cultivating Cloud Path now as well? Taibai Yun Shan received these killer move as a warm feeling emerged in his heart. When I was thinking about my junior brother's problems, he was also looking out for my benefits. Fang Yuan showed him the Gu immortal captives and the deal he had with Langya land spirit. Taibai Yun Shan was shocked, he said with worry and excitement. It seems that this auction will be a great show. I will go with you. It would be best if He Lu Lan and Fairy Li Shan also are there. They will definitely go, but although our alliance was exposed to He Chung, now is not the time to openly travel with them, Fang Yuan said. Junior brother makes sense. Taibai Yun Shan nodded.